Just a little bit tired than when I'm doing this one, so if my brain tends to just sort of wander away into nothingness, then you know why. Before I move on, I'm going to show off the haul that I picked up over the weekend. I didn't do a whole lot, I just took the opportunity while it was nighttime to pick up some of the nighttime stuff back in Route 29, 46, 30. Haven't got everything in Route 31, obviously, because I only went for nighttime stuff. Where did... Oh, I guess I put some other Pokemon away, actually. Yeah, I picked these two up. These are both 1% encounters in Route 31 during the night. So, these things were absolute assholes. Their cocoon forms on the shop during the day, so I haven't got those yet. I'll probably come back to collect the rest of the stuff once I've been and gone through Goldenrod and stuff like that, and I've taken care of the Pseudo-Widow. But everything else here, as you can see, there's a couple of Dark Cave stuff. Whatever. I did give fair warning that I was tired. I think some of these were Route 32 stuff. That was from Ruins of Alph. Got lucked out and got Nabra, Kakuna, Metapod, that sort of junk. Nothing here that's really relevant to my interest as well. Would have been tempted to get a Houndour, but I used one of those in Blaze Black. And I don't really feel like using another one at the moment, so we're just going to make some more progress here. Let's lead with Tentacool, which I've actually not taught the Water Pulse TM to. I should actually have a look and see if there's anything else on my current team that can learn it. Dratini can, that might be a possibility. So can Illicit, actually. That might not be a terrible idea. The reason I didn't want to teach it to Tentacool is because it gets Bubble Beam at 19, which is slightly more powerful. It just doesn't have the confusion hacks going for it. And this thing learns Water Pulse at 29 anyway, so it would be a waste of a TM. I do have access to one more, but obviously it's in post-game. You get it by beating Misty. So, I'm going to stick with no water move for the time being. In a place that's got a whole bunch of rock types and stuff like that, probably not the best idea, but I'm going to stick with it because, whatever, I don't really care that much. Let's first have a look and see, first off, what's in this place. I'm not going to be catching any of this because I've only got like 3 balls left. But we've got Whismur. Okay, I don't even know why I attacked it. Speaking of attack. But, oh, hello. I kind of figured that there was a little area up here that I could explore. I didn't know it was blocked off by a trainer, though. And he has a Vulpix. I kind of wonder what I want to go with here. I'll see if I can get Supersonic off. Just to try to stop it from attacking me, and then I'll just spam Acid. That works. Or you can just Roar. Not that it matters, I'll outspeed Vulpix anyway, so that's fine. The experience distribution there was a bit weird. Kind of want to get Tentacool to catch up with the rest of the team. I just sort of pressed A out of pure instinct there and did not actually know that there was an item of any variety in there. Aron, I used that in my last Pokemon LP, so I'm obviously not going to be using it again. Bagon, I've kind of reserved Bagon for a playthrough where I can get easy access to its Mega Evolution, so I'm not going to use it here. Rock Tomb, is Rock Tomb a good move? Is Rock Tomb a useful move? Only Pokemon that can learn it are Phanpy and Geodude. Phanpy might not be a terrible idea, but I'm not going to teach it. I'm obviously not going to teach it to Geodude because I'm not keeping it in the team. X-Defend. A lot of X items here, it seems. Sandshrew, picked that up in Dark Cave. Onyx. I think my cousin came across a shiny Onyx in here in, like, gold version a long time ago. I can't remember if he caught it or not. I want to say that he did, but I'm not entirely sure. Now, what is with Tentacool's speed at the moment? Because it got outsped by an Onyx. And it's the second fastest Pokemon on my team, and it couldn't escape from an Onyx. That's beautiful right there, game. Gible could also be interesting, but I used one of these in Blaze Black as well. And I'm kind of committing to the use of the Dratini here anyway, so I've obviously already got a Dragon type, so... Gible's kind of cool, though. I don't really have much more to say about it. It was cool. I mean, I used it in Blaze Black, but I'll be talking about that playthrough a little bit later. In the meantime, though, we still have other playthroughs to talk about. The first of which is going to be my Diamond playthrough. This is the first of my Pokemon playthroughs of the day where I actually have a bit more of a decent memory of. It was for the first... This is actually the first generation in which I didn't get both games at the same time. I was only given enough money to get Diamond, and so I got Diamond. Well, I only had the money to get one game, so I picked Diamond. And it was this generation that really got me into... I basically wanted to know what all the new Pokemon were. I figured that they'd already been out for a while because they would have been out for a while in Japan, and so I did that. This is actually how I discovered both Maryland and Cerebi, so... Yeah, there was definitely a bit of an influence that Gen 4 had on my Pokemon experience just by the fact that I was able to find those two through my curiosity of finding shit out in Gen 4. My team in that playthrough, I started off with Chimchar. None of these had nicknames because this is before I started using nicknames on a more permanent basis. My team, I had a Chimchar to start with. I kept that through the playthrough. I also had a Buizel, which was kind of cool. It was nice and quick. I had Luxray, I had a Staraptor. So for the most part, it was just sort of the generic, just start of game bird, generic electric type. It was a good thing I actually went with the fire starter there as well, because there was next to no fire types in the entirety of the Sinnoh decks, at least in Diamond and Pearl. That got extended in Platinum, but I kind of had to deal with a noticeable lack of that for the first little while. This smokescreen stuff is really not my bag of chips, I guess. Alright, fine. If you want to force me to switch, then I will go into... We'll go into Dratini. I can't even remember if I got Dragon Rage on screen or off screen, but yeah, Dragon Rage. It does shit. Okay, I would send Fanpy in, but it's poisoned and very weak, so I guess I'll just slay this thing with a Magnitude. And it uses Smokescreen. Thank you for doing that. You're pissing me off a great deal. Magby, I want to switch out and get rid of that Smokescreen, so I'll just throw a Dragon Rage in it. And, God. Thank you. My brain is wandering off, like usual. Thank you. I apologize. This is what happens when I get tired. Usually my brain is a bit more productive when I'm tired, because back when I went to school, I just had a tendency to do more shit when I was tired than I ever could when I was awake. It was very weird. But I've already lost like 2 or 3 different thought trains, but I'll go back to the main one while it's still on my mind. The rest of my team, I had a Lucario for a time. I can't remember when I dropped that out of the team, but... Actually, I don't think I did drop it out of the team. Because I think my final team going into the Pokemon League was the Infernape, the Staraptor, the Floatzel, the Infernape, Staraptor, Floatzel, Luxray, Lucario, and the Dialga. Because I was still incredibly obnoxious and used every single legendary that I caught on my team. And so, I had the Dialga on there. I had a couple other team members. I added the Giratina to the team when I was able to catch that. Obviously, it was post-game, so it didn't have much of an effect. I also had a Rampardos. Well, I think I dumped it as soon as it evolved into a Rampardos, actually. So that was just completely not even that useful. I mean, I don't think it did much as a Cranidos either, so I don't really remember it that much. And I also had a Roserade, which, in retrospect, I kind of kicked myself in the pants for dropping that, because Bertha, I remember Bertha, the Elite Four with the ground types, being a bit obnoxious, and if I had... no, we don't want to save now. And yeah, if I had Roserade with me there, it might not have been so terrible, so... It was a bit shitty, and so, yeah. I guess continuing on with Gen 4 being such a noteworthy generation for me, and it being kind of one of my favorites, like, My favorite Pokemon is from that generation, which is Arceus. But Diamond was also the first time that I'd encountered a shiny since the Magikarp that I lost. And in this playthrough, I actually found 3 of them. The first one I found was a Tentacruel while I was grinding for the League, so I just sort of picked that up somewhere. I'm pretty sure the second one was a Meowth. I found it in the Trophy Garden. I actually can't even remember if Meowth was a special encounter for the day or if it was just one of the usual ones. But I think I was like hunting down an Eevee or something like that, and I came across it and managed to catch that as well. I think I might have evolved into a Persian as well. I can't entirely remember. The third one I found was in the Great Marsh. I found what was it? A Maril. Found a Maril. And obviously, the situation of encountering a shiny in a Safari Zone is very, very nerve-wracking because it can quite easily bugger off from you. And so, yeah, I found a shiny in the Safari Zone. It escaped. I was pissed off by it. I have thankfully not missed out on another shiny for the entirety of my time playing this game, so thankfully that's the last bit of disappointment there. So apparently there's this weird thing with the Pokemon in this game, like you can get these things called gold, I think they're like shiny leaves or something like that. And if you get 5 of them on a certain Pokemon, then Lyra can turn it into a crown. For certain Pokemon, this area is where you can find one of the leaves. The problem is, I think it's also determined on their nature, I believe. And because this place is perpetually raining, if I put Geodude up front here, he doesn't like the rain, because obviously he's a rock type, and if he's making unhappy faces like this, then it means he'll never actually get the gold leaf from here, so you can't actually get it. So I think Jish had a problem with this, like he had a Magmar, and one of the locations for getting one of the leaves was actually here, and he couldn't do it because the rain just kind of pissed the Magmar off. So that's just a random side effect thing. I don't think I'll ever be showing it off, so discussing it here is actually kind of relevant. Because I don't think it'll ever get much more of a mention in the entirety of this LP, so whatever. Yeah, we don't want to stay in on this, do we? Whatever. We'll have a mirror match. This thing is totally going to have magnitude, and if it outspeeds me, I'm in deep shit. Okay, and a magnitude 8 as well. I'm pretty happy with that. Payback. What exactly does Payback do? Nah, I think I'll pass on it. Drifloon's a little bit on the quick side, I think, so I don't think Payback's going to do that much, unless it's like got -1 priority or something like that, but whatever. I don't really need it. Don't need any dark type moves for right now, so I don't have to worry too much about that. So that's cool. And I guess to just wrap up my Pokemon playthrough of the day, that I don't know what happened to that cartridge, but it just sort of disappeared one day. Like, I took it with me to school, and you'd think that it would have been stolen, but for some reason I put it in my pocket, it was pretty damn deep in my pocket, so if somebody was able to, pickpocket it, then they must have, level 99 thieving in RuneScape or some shit like that. I'm thinking it might have just fallen out, hit the ground, and I just never noticed it, and I ended up losing it, which really, really depressed me. The same thing happened with Pearl, and I guess I might as well mention, my first cartridge of Pearl. I'm only mentioning this as a side note because I didn't have too many memories of Pearl, because I got it after I got my first action replay, and so the majority of the stuff I did on that cartridge was literally just action replay stuff, so there's not much point in memorizing any of it or even talking about it, because a good frickin' 80% of it was illegal anyway. I think one thing I did do though was I used an encounter code to run into a... What was it? I used an encounter code to run into a Dialga, and then just used that throughout the playthrough. Added Palkia to the team when I caught it, and so I used both of them to just destroy the league. But aside from that, there wasn't much else to it there. Now, I would like to throw a save state here, because I think this is another quiz juggler here. Yeah, it is. Sableye, the only Pokemon able to have the Stall ability. What the hell is Stall? What? What the hell is Stall? I don't get it. It's the... I don't get it, but apparently yes is the answer to that question. The answer to this question is no, because Lax and Sense became a thing before Munchlax did. Reversal has a maximum power of 150. Shit. I never remember this shit. I remember a lot of useless Pokemon trivia, but I don't remember shit like this. Yes? God damn it. I'm sorry, I don't think you are. Okay, the answer to that's obviously no. Does Gardevoir have a higher stat total than Alakazam? Okay, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to look this shit up. Come on. Be nice. Let's make sure I look into the correct Pokedex here. What have we got? I know you can't see anything here. Just try to bear with me here while I do this. Alakazam's base stat total is... God damn it, I have to add them all up together. I have 255, 300, 350, 405, 490. And Gardevoir is... what? 125, 115. I'm just going to go ahead and say no to this question. God damn it! Now I'm going to go ahead and add them. Whatever, 68, 65 is 133, 198, 278, 378, 383, 483. Actually, it's well over 500. Okay, so let's go back through these. Yes, no, no, yes. Thank Christ. Now we get Hoenn Starter. Okay. Again, just gonna randomly pick one. Oh, it's too full. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. You couldn't have possibly just been like, it goes into the box or something like that, but whatever. You pissed me off greatly. Whatever. Okay, let's just... come on. Mudkip. Thank you. No, I'm not going to give you a nickname. Alright, so there you go. If you are wondering how I'm going to be able to get the other starters from each of these sets, that answer will come around later on in the playthrough. But that's a damn decent move pool. Well, I guess to be fair, the Mudkip is level 15. If I wanted to use a water type, this would not be a terrible idea because I could evolve it in one level and it would have a decent moveset. I used the Hoenn starters quite extensively through various playthroughs of the Hoenn remakes, so none of those were ever possibly going to get a look in this playthrough. Something that is, though, if I go back here, how many balls have I got? I've only got 2 balls left. Someone's probably going to make some kind of a dirty joke about that, but whatever. 3250. Okay, I think 10 balls should do the trick. Because I'm going to find something, and I'm going to most likely add it to the team here, actually. It is not Apom. If you thought it was going to be Apom, then what the hell are you on? It's not Ekans. It is not Skorupi either. I use that in Omega Ruby. It is not Hoppip either. I'm using that in Y. I'm not using Slackoth either. Get fucked. Come on, where is it? Can I even find it during this time of the day? It's like, I'm pretty sure it's like early morning. Let me have a look. Pokemon locations, Route 33. Where are you? Morning day. Yes, it is a 10% encounter. Right. In that case, we're just going to sit here for a little while, and then if it doesn't show up, then we're going to cut until it does. Apparently, my Dratini cannot run away from an Apom. No, no. That right there is some grade A bullshit. That really is. That's bullshit. God damn it. Okay, whatever. We didn't have to cut anything out either, so... Yeah, here we have a Rhyhorn, which I'm going to go ahead and add to the team, which means Geodude is almost certainly getting booted. I'd like to put a status on this thing, but I don't have the Slowpoke with me, and I can't Thunder Wave it because it is part ground. So, looks like we're going to waste Pokeballs here. I think this thing's got a catch rate of like 45 or something. I think that was an immediate breakout. God. Okay, let's just be patient. Watch these balls as they try to catch this thing. There we go, 2 shakes. If I didn't go to buy those 10 balls, this is the part where I'd be pissed off because it would have broken out of those. Come on. Stay in a ball. There we go. Not entirely sure if I want to give this thing a... I don't have a name for it at the moment besides Gold. The name rate is up at Goldenrod, so... I will have to come up with nicknames for my permanent team members. Which is an unfortunate thing, but... Oh well, whatever. Let's go ahead and have a look at this Rhyhorn. Reckless. What's that? Powers up moves that have recoil damage. I don't know if I want that ability. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely sure that's a good idea. Well, if I don't add it to the team, then it means I don't have to switch the Geodude picture out of the team display. So, whatever. I probably won't add that one to the team. I'll probably go and catch another one. So, whatever. I'll just do a bit more exploring around the place. White Apricorn, as it is usual. Those trees used to contain berries in the original Gen 2 games. Then we have Kurt. He just sort of exists. May or may not have a GS ball. May or may not have had the GS ball for like the last frickin' 17 years. Yeah. I'll have to try to remember to talk about that one in the next segment because that was a very stupid plot element of the anime that just didn't happen. Wait. I'm debating whether or not that's a typo or if that's like intentional because the capital M there, you can quite clearly see it says Mew there. Is that supposed to be implying something? I don't even know where you find Mew in this game. It's not in the Ilex Forest. Yeah, it's definitely not in the Ilex Forest, because I know you find Celebi there. There's an event for that one. I don't know where you find Mew, though. It's probably some random spot. It could well be in that forest. I'm not entirely sure. I think Mew's usually more associated with jungles, because, like, there's the Pokedex entries that says that's in, like, South America. A lot of the times you see it, it's usually in a jungle. In Pixelmon, it spawns in jungle biomes, so... whatever. I'm kind of debating if I want to do this or not. Whatever, I'll go ahead. I don't mind making the time for this, so... I guess we're gonna kick some rocket ass here. If you were... are your Pokemon not fit or something like that? Why don't you just, like, yell out the orders from somewhere? Okay. I'm guessing that was brought up because I reached 50 Pokemon caught or something? What's the Pokedex at the moment? Okay, whatever. Okay. Okay, Dratini's had a bit of screen time in this segment so far, so I'm gonna go ahead and fit the experience share onto Tentacool because I would like to give it a water move before the gym. And I want to... oh, hang on. You've got an item. Revive. Shit, that's good. Yeah, I want to do this freaking rollout shit. And I want to use it on a rocket because he's a dipshit. Focus energy. It's going to piss me off if this thing lands a crit, and it's got an increased rate at that, but yeah. +2 defense should be right to completely wreck that Rattata. Zubat, I'll stay in. Supersonic misses. Rollout completely destroys you. And again, must always pronounce it like that. Minus attack, I don't really care. Because you're dying anyway. That's what rollout does. So you can just sort of fuck off. Here we go. Could do with a bit of healing. I kind of do want to do a whole bunch of sweeping right now. It's a bit of a one-trick pony thing. Could probably send something else out to get some screen. Whatever. I'll send Illison out. She's not had a whole lot of screen time so far in this segment, so I might as well. I guess it's a good thing Grimer's not quite especially defensive. At least I'm pretty sure it's not. Don't you dare miss. Thank you. Okay, Geodude definitely staying in and slaying that with Icy Wind and a Poochyena. Whatever. You can die to Icy Wind as well. I don't really care. One more dipshit. King's Rock. Oh. I thought that this was somewhere else. Might not have been a terrible idea to go with Slowpoke, actually, because this would have allowed me to evolve into Slowking. Damn. Might be living... I might live to rue that decision. Oh well. What's done is done. I'll probably use it at some other point in time. Your rep has already been ruined by a freaking 11-year-old kid 3 years ago. You're a fucking moron. Oh my god. Whatever. Nidorina. You are gonna die to a magnitude. Stupid poison. Whatever. I'm not gonna blow up too much about it. So, back in Gold Silver Crystal, this fellow was just nothing more than a standard grunt that had slightly more powerful Pokemon, but in this case, they decided to just sort of add executives, I guess. Actually, no, they had executives in Gold Silver Crystal, but they just didn't have one for this part of the game. It was just a whole bunch of grunts. Whatever, Voltorb's usually pretty fast. It's not very strong on defense. It's not that would matter against Dragon Rage, but whatever. And coughing. Can't hit it with magnitude. I'll throw a Icy Wind at it, see what that does. Oh, okay, so I miss, and it's got Flamethrower. Well done, jackass. Okay, kill it with Gust. That was minor annoyance. Cacnea. Yeah, I can stay and slay this thing with Gust. And it outspeeds me. Or did it get, like, a priority move on me? I wasn't paying attention. I'll have to go back on that one. And Zubat. You know what we do to Zubats? We lob rocks at them. No, we don't, because this thing's got Mega Drain. That looked like Mega Drain. This is not difficult, but it's a lot more annoying than it has any right to be. Acid Trip, kick its ass. Well done, Tentacool. Uh-huh. You know, this whole thing was actually alluded to in Fire Red and Leaf Green with that random computer in the rocket warehouse on Five Island mentioning something about, like, what radio waves and influencing evolution or some shit like that. Like, if you've played these games before, then you already know what that's referring to, but whatever. Uh-huh, fastball. Stupid apricorn balls. No, I think I'll keep those. It might not be a terrible idea to offer those, to get those balls going, because get those balls... Like I was saying, it might not be a bad idea to get those balls made, because it could add a little bit of cash stack here in case I run short on it. But I don't think I'm experiencing that much of an issue with cash stack. I've got a little bit, but it would be nice if this bloody thing wouldn't mind picking up a nugget or something like that. That would be beastly, but oh well, we'll just have to see how lucky I get in the future, I guess. It's not going to be a Fampy for too long, though, because I think it evolves at 28 or something like that, but whatever. Only 2 things left for me to do in Azalea Town are to do the gym and then to do the rival battle. Can I actually do the rival battle right now, or do I have to wait? Yeah. Oh, god damn it. I hate this glitch. The worst part about it as well is that in order to fix this up, I actually have to save, and I don't want to do that unless I've uploaded the segment. So, I'm just going to go ahead and throw the save state, even though I've already thrown it. And then next time we're going to go ahead and do the second gym. So I will see you for that.